We will track. Wait, what? We will track your behavior on YouTube. New YouTube rule demands your what? And UK politics insults people who post what? This is by Hero Hei. I had never.
Welcome back, guys.
I haven't heard of this yet. I haven't heard of this.
We've got a number of updates to go over today regarding the latest news in the online censorship campaigns that a number of governments and organizations are trying to enforce on all of us.
Hold on, is the world government losing? So now they're trying to impose some shit on us?
Our platform right here, our good old YouTube, disclosed saying just in. YouTube will begin using AI to monitor user behavior and psychology to determine whether viewers in the US are over or under the age of 18.
Dude, can you imagine having like a fucking, like imagine if it wasn't an AI, like the equivalent of a person, right? Because the AI is just judging your stuff, right? But imagine having like a thing judging every single video that you watch. It's fucking weird.
Specifically including a screenshot that says, here's how it works. We will use AI to interpret a variety of signals that help us to determine whether a user is over or under 18. These signals include the types of videos a user is searching for, the category of videos they have watched, or the longevity of the account. When the system identifies a teen user, we'll automatically apply our age-appropriate experiences.
YouTube will be using an AI to monitor user behavior. What? So wait, hold on. But what if you just like Zoomer videos? Wait a minute. What if you just like Zoomer videos? What? Are their profilers psycho profiling? What is this psychopaths? What is going on?
Protections, including disabling personalized advertising, turning on digital well-being tools, adding safeguards to recommendations, including limiting repetitive use of some kinds of content. If the system incorrectly estimates a user to be under 18, they will have the option to verify that they are over 18, such as using a credit card or a government ID. We will only allow users who have been inferred or verified as over 18 to view age-restricted content that may be inappropriate for younger users.
Yeah, and it's like I said earlier, and we'll probably be in the completely separate tangent video. People need to take care of their kids more. People need to stop relying on the government, relying on corporations to basically parent your kids, and you should take care of your own kids. You should be aware of like what your kid is doing on the internet. Like you should know if your kid is fucking fucking ERPing on Roblox. Like you should know that basically as a parent, and that's like your job to understand that. You need to be more responsible for what happens to your children. This isn't like some inconsequential thing that happens from culture. Oh my bad. I didn't know that like my kid was doing that. You should know. I thought that the internet was a safe place. You're retarded, right? Like you should be aware. And this is going to sound crazy, and a lot of kids will probably disagree with this, and I probably would have disagreed with it when I was a kid. But you need to know who your kids' friends are, what they're about. You need to know what they're doing after school, what kind of clubs they're interested in, what their interests are, what their hobbies are. You need to know this shit as a parent. What are you fucking doing? You should be monitoring it. You should be taking care of it, and you should make sure that they have access to good content. Like, what is this?
On digital well-being.
Mommy, government, please save me. I don't want to do anything. It's like, dude, so many people, dude. So many people need to take responsibility for their own shit. Stop begging the government to take care of everything for them. It's fucking cringe.
Tools, adding safeguards to recommendations, including limiting repetitive use of some kinds of content. If the system incorrectly estimates a user to be under 18, they will have the option to verify that they are over 18.
See, this is how it should go, man. Like absolutely. All right. You should have this. Okay, if your kid is playing a video game online, okay, say they're playing like League of Legends or something, right, and they get bullied by someone on the other team. You should know that as the parent, and you should step in and you should beat the shit out of them. You should queue up with your kid and fucking stomp them the next round. What are you doing? Are you even really parenting? Are you even really parenting if you're not hard curb stomping on the bullies of your kid in the game by just dominating them and showing them that they don't know shit about the game and that they're in bronze for a reason? SMH.
Such as using a credit card or a government ID. We will only allow users who...
Your tangents are why you're my favorite content creator. Relatable doesn't feel like forced script. Thank you, Shago. I really appreciate it. Being very artistic myself, I get long hour tangents all the time. Yeah. I just kind of go with the flow. I surf it, I surf it. I get the content. The content's like the wave, and I just surf it. I just go wherever it takes me. It's like the wind. Wherever the wind takes me.
Who have been inferred or verified as over 18 to view age-restricted content that may be inappropriate for younger users. Wow, so there is a number of takeaways from that. So first of all, using AI to monitor behavior is pretty dang creepy. But then
They do that anyway, though, with algorithms and stuff. It's just the same thing.
they say that if they estimate that you're under 18, you're going to be forced to submit your credit card or government ID to prove that you're not. Yeah, that policy seems pretty terrible in of itself, and it also seems like something that could be abused just to try to force people to.
God, dude, this just awoke a dark memory. I remember, dude, when I went to California. You remember I went to California like a couple weeks ago? I was in California, and I was in an elevator, and there was a family. There was a family, and they were like talking, like the parents were talking, and the kid was like, he had a fucking iPad, like a tablet, and the kid was playing Clash Royale, and like he wasn't even looking at anything around them, like he was just like Clash Royale like the entire time, and then you would like walk out of the elevator still playing Clash Royale. It was crazy, man.
To submit
Holy
their
fuck.
personal information. And then they take that even further by saying, we will only allow users who have been inferred or verified as over 18 to view age-restricted content that may be inappropriate for younger users. So certain content right here on YouTube.
No, but like parents should be talking to their kids. Like you have dinner with you have dinner like with your parents. Like you should be talking as a family. Like what the fuck is this? Like honestly, you should probably. And you know what it probably is? It's probably like, at least like how I observe it, I see like usually the parents will be talking, and then they'll just have their kid on like a tablet playing Minecraft or something. And I feel like it's probably the parents are like, we want to have our own conversations and not really converse with the kid at all. And it's just so weird to me.
You might not even be able to watch it unless you have already submitted this personal information of yours.
Outdated Leon says, I don't know, man. My parents do talk to me and my bro did at the dining table, but they never hug us. I honestly don't think that. Well, I think your mom should hug you. I think your dad doesn't really have to all the time. I think your mom should hug you. I think one of them should hug you. Right? But I don't think that's necessarily the signs of a bad parent. I think it depends, I think.
Yeah, it's just so crazy. All this stuff going on around the world around the same frame of time with these increasing regulations, increasing censorship, and more corporate.
I was talking to my cousin. I was like, how's life and stuff like that. And she was telling me that so my cousin and like her dad and like her mom, like who's like my mom's like sibling, basically they as a family play Final Fantasy. They have enough people in their family to do like a whole party, and they have a static perma party that's like only their family members, and they fucking play Final Fantasy 14 together. That's so cute. Isn't that the cutest shit ever, dude? Like the mom, the husband, like the daughter, and like I guess like the son, one of the sons. There's like a lot of sons, but one of the sons, like they have a static party and they only play together. And so like they can like kind of figure out themselves like what they're gonna do, and like that's what they do at the end of the night. That's kind of cool, right? Like that's like really nerdy, but it's also really cool, I think.
And government overreach, and now right here on YouTube too, apparently. Hey, right around the same time, here's some news about YouTube doing similar stuff. Like, what the frick is going on, man? Pretty much everyone has the same idea right now that this is all way too suspicious, that it's all going around around the same time frames. Like, these corrupt people are not even trying to hide what they're trying to do here. They're like, yeah, we're going to do this stuff, and you guys can't do anything about it. I mean, we'll see about that, but it's where things are right now. But there's also plenty more to go over in this video, so let me know what you think about this, and let's continue on. So we got another UK politician just making a terrible statement on air, and it's just hilarious. Of course, it's disturbing what's going on, but hearing these politicians is just hilarious because they sound so bad. And so here's this guy trying to guilt trip people about using VPNs. Now, quick context, the UK is already nervous about people using VPNs to get around their regulations, and they're begging parents to take VPNs away from children. And of course, ultimately, no surprise if they try taking VPNs away from everyone. But
wait, they're asking parents to take VPNs away from children? Why does your child need a VPN? Yo, if your child needs a VPN, you have some fucking issues. Like your family has some serious issues. If you're bro, what? What the fuck?
That's currently that's their current rhetoric. Oh, we're trying to protect the kids. We need adults to be sure that their kids are not using VPNs.
No. You should be worried about your kids. You should be worried about what your kids are doing, period. What do you mean VPN? That's solving the symptom, not the problem. What the fuck? God, the government is retarded.
And then, as mentioned, probably come for everyone's VPNs, but I digress. Let's watch this 20-second
Oh my
clip.
God.
Listen to this dude, man.
For everybody who's out there thinking of using VPNs, let me just say to you directly, verifying your age.
These motherfuckers.
Keeps a child safe, keeps children safe in our country. So let's just not try and find a way around. Just prove your age, make the internet safer for children, make it a better experience for everyone.
Don't you want kids to be safe? Don't you want it?
Country. So let's just not try and find a way
Think of the kids. Think of the kids.
around. Just prove your
God.
age. That's surely what we should aspire to in this country.
Moral guilt, the moral guilt trip from the fucking most ridiculous people, dude. Fucking the moral guilt trip from fucking degenerates.
Don't you dare use VPNs, guys. Don't find a way around it. We need to protect the kids. We can't have anyone using VPNs, and we need all your personal information, and we need to spy on you and monitor your social media activity and come after you for criticizing our
what the
government policies
fuck,
in
bro?
any way, shape, or form. That's why we set up our elite task force. But don't question all of this. Just obey, guys.
This is ridiculous.
Just obey. It's the morally right thing to do. You care about the children, right? By the way, we're also making life worse for the children too. But of course, we're not gonna
make it safe for kids. How about you get rid of the fucking grooming gangs first, dude? But that would be hard.
mention that. Oh, and don't you dare.
That would mean you'd have to actually do something crazy.
Dare mention those grooming gangs that are going after kids in real life and how we're not doing enough for
Yeah, it's racist too. That's right. That's right, Jays. That's racist, bro.
anything to stop that at all. Because mentioning that would be hate speech towards us, the government. We would certainly have to take action if you were to hate speech the government, guys. Okay, enough satire. I know, it's just...
This is more cramming, taking away the freedoms of a lot of people because there's a bunch of fucking retards, basically. It's like, you can't trust the fucking retards to like actually do what they should be doing. So like, oh, let's just take away everyone's freedom. Because, Big Daddy government's going to take care of you. Fucking freaks.
I can't believe these people. I don't know what else to say. It's just
I agree, Hey.
As if that wasn't all hilarious enough. As if this UK politician didn't already look terrible enough. I mean, the guy had to go off on Twitter and take it even further. Man had to go Kaioken on looking like a complete joke or something here. He needed that multiplier because he went on Twitter. And in response to Nigel Farage MP saying Peter Kyle's comments on Sky News are disgusting, he should do the right thing and apologize. Well, Peter Kyle, the politician we just watched, went on to say, if you want to overturn the Online Safety Act, you are on the side of predators. It is as simple as that. Yeah, I'm not even going to say what we're all probably thinking, but let's take a look.
If you want gun rights, it's because you love it when children get shot. Like, bro.
Get this community note that says,
these people are retarded.
Opposing the Online Safety Act isn't siding with predators, it's defending free speech. The law enables censorship, mass surveillance, and vague harm rules that threaten privacy and dissent. Rights groups worldwide have called it a danger to democracy. Oh, and
the shitty thing is a bunch of people will believe them for this because again, like there's a lot, tetra ethyl lead, right, guys?
What's this?
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna say that from now on. Anytime someone says something retarded to me, I'm just gonna say tetraethyl lead. That's it. I'm saying, damn, that tetraethyl lead really got you, man. Fuck.
It's the top response
I'm
saying,
sorry.
Hey, Grok, did Peter Kyle vote against a new national inquiry into grooming gangs? And according to Grok, at least, it says, yes, Peter Kyle voted against a Tory amendment calling for a new national inquiry into grooming gangs during the January 8th, 2025 debate on the Children's Wellbeing in Schools bill. All voting Labour MPs opposed it, 364 to 111 defeat. However, the government later announced a full statutory inquiry in June 2025 following a review. And then Australia sees what's happening in the UK and they're like, hold my beer. This news breaking on July 30th. So, Australia was in the news cycle a few days ago with their increasing regulations and collective shout and all that. And hey, they got to get right back at the top of the news cycle, apparently. This being reported. Reuters saying, Australia widens teen social media ban to YouTube, scraps exemption. Prime Minister tells parents... The first bullet point had me laughing.
Wait,
Prime Minister tells parents, we have your backs. Forget, yeah, you have your backs. You just stab them in the back is what you're doing. Like, bro, really? Ban set to take effect in December. Other sites objected to YouTube's exemption. Sydney, July 30th. Reuters reports Australia said on Wednesday it will add YouTube to sites covered by its world-first ban on social media for teenagers, reversing an earlier decision to exempt the Alphabet-owned Google video. It's the ticker symbol, I think, but yeah. Video sharing site and potentially setting up a legal challenge. The decision came after the internet regulator urged the government last month to
So just take care of your kids, man. Just take care of them. Just show your kids, just know what your kids are watching. Man,
turned the YouTube carve-out, citing a survey that found 37% of minors reported harmful content on the site, the worst showing for a social media platform. I'm calling time on it, Prime Minister Anthony.
They should just do some good old-fashioned keylogging, you know, guys. You know what I mean? Good old-fashioned keylogging on your kid's phone. Yeah.
Albanese said in a statement highlighting that Australian children were being negatively affected by online platforms and reminding social media of their social responsibility. So anyone can make a poll and allegedly show results that show that, like, oh, this is harmful, and the government's going to be like, okay, yeah, that doesn't seem suspicious at all, and like it could be abused, and like even if that poll's accurate, it doesn't mean you just take action like this. I want Australian parents to know that we have their backs. The decision broadens the ban set to take effect in December. YouTube says it is used by nearly
This is what I mean. This is like people that like, oh, the government was going to take care of it. I don't have to worry about parenting my kid because the government's got my back.
quarters of Australians aged 13 to 15 and should
that tetraethyl lead sure smells good.
not be classified as social media because its main activity is hosting videos. Our position remains clear. YouTube is a video sharing platform with a library of free, high-quality content, increasingly viewed on TV screens. It's not social media, a YouTube spokesperson said by email. And you know, I'd love to defend YouTube, but like with the news that we literally just read about the monitoring...
All of this freaking responsibility avoidance is so annoying. I find it so fucking irritating. That, like, just the government needs to take care of all my shit because I don't want to worry about, dude. It's so fucking annoying, bro. And you want to know the most annoying thing about it? You want to know what the government should be taking care of? They should just tell me how much I owe on taxes because obviously they know already. So why the fuck do I have to figure it out myself? Just so they can tell me later, like, oh, this is actually how much you owe in tax. Why don't you fucking tell me? That's like you make the fucking tax code so fucking hard. That should be the one thing that they fucking help you with, and they don't even help you with it.
Activities with AI. What are you guys doing? Like what are we doing here? Come on. Since the government
they should be helping you with that. They should be helping you with making sure that you can walk outside without having to worry about you know, a psycho homeless person punching out a sign or getting shot up in some gang violence. You shouldn't have to like call a fucking private app in order to like summon a private security police officer. You shouldn't have to worry about those things. And yet they make you worry about it. And yet you want to trust the government to take care of the kid stuff. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is so
it would
stupid.
exempt YouTube due to its popularity.
They can't even do the job that
covered by the ban.
They can't even do the job that they're supposed to do.
Meta, Facebook and Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok have complained. They say YouTube has key similarities to their products, including letting users interact and recommending content through an algorithm based on activity. The ban outlaws YouTube accounts for those younger than 16, allowing parents and teachers to show videos on it to minors. YouTube Kids is a thing already, isn't it? I mean, that's all they need to say. Like, we have YouTube Kids. It is up to the parents to ensure that their children are using YouTube Kids or, you know, anything like that. Put it in their own words. But it doesn't mean you start conforming to these regulations and enacting AI spying. Like, unbelievable. I say that a lot, unbelievable. It just really is. Lost for words with some of this stuff. We got this quote from Angela Falkenberg, president of the Australian Primary Principals Association, which supports the ban. She says, teachers are always curators of any resource for appropriateness and will be judicious. And that's funny. I thought teachers were supposed to teach, not become the more.
Julio says the best thing they can do is reduce taxes for married people with kids and give them a bonus so that mom doesn't have to work and take care of the kids. That really was the start of all of it, huh? It's having like no parent in the household. Dude, it's everything. No parent in the household, also not really living with your family and stuff, right? Because even in the case, so like even in the case where like the mom works too, shouldn't you have like, I don't know, like a grandparent, like a grandma, to take care of your kids at home? A grandma or like a grandpa or something like that. It's like people don't even like, you know, do that anymore. They don't have like multi-generational housing anymore. So they took away the multi-generational household, and then they took away the mother from home duties and put her into the workforce. Dude, these people completely fucked everything. It's unreal.
Police. Artificial intelligence has supercharged the spread of misinformation on social media platforms such as YouTube, said Adam Marr, chief information.
And then they paid everyone less. They didn't like increase the wages to like cover for the we talked about it already before.
And security officer at cybersecurity firm Arctic Wolf. You know, oftentimes these people in positions of power say this
because like back in the day, like a man like had enough income to like support like his wife who would stay at home. And now, like, all they did was increase the competition in the workforce without increasing the We already talked about this, about how the qualities that women have in average. Again, there's going to be women that are like entrepreneurial, but the base stats, like the average stats of like women is not really doesn't tend towards aggression and risk taking, which is necessary to create new business and create new stuff. So if you add like 100% more workforce, which is like, you know, women entering the workforce, you add 100% more workforce, but that 100% more workforce doesn't create new work at the same proportional rate, then yeah, it fucks everything up, right? Because it takes a very specific set of stats and ambition and qualities in order to create like a business. So now you have a case where there's too many non-business creators compared to business creators, and like you can kind of like that's my theory, at least for my theory of why it fucked everything up.
Something's misinformation, not when it really is, but because it goes against the agenda that they're trying to spread. The Australian government's move to regulate YouTube is an important step in pushing back against the unchecked power of big tech and protecting kids, he added in an email. If you want to go check big tech, I think there's like other things you could do as opposed to disingenuously using children to censor the internet, to regulate people, to spy on them, to get their personal information, etc.
On Kick says businesses that kill starters. Yeah, that is true too. And then you have a situation where you have big businesses trying to being in bed with the government to like make up rules that are favorable for them and fucks over like any sort of startups, right? You have a bunch of regulations and fees which disproportionately affect mom and pop and like startup businesses and are and help keep the competition low for big dick AAA like $1 million businesses basically. So it is a complete system fuck up basically, created by the government and feminists, really, to be honest. Anyway.
After all the stuff we've been talking about. And that takes us over to the next article. ReclaimTheNet.org saying revealed Office of Communications, which is irregular.
Sorry, and businesses. Big business, feminists, government. It's the circle jerk of doom.
Regulatory agency in the UK, which to my understanding has government backing. They say revealed Ofcom, Office of Communications, pressured Rumble and Reddit to enforce UK censorship laws beyond borders. Internal communications, now made public by the US House Judiciary Committee, shed light on a pattern of escalating pressure by the UK's communications regulator, Ofcom, aimed at pushing US-based tech platforms like Rumble and Reddit into adopting strict speech standards, even in apparent disregard for national borders and free speech protections. The emails expose how Ofcom has been leaning on Rumble to align itself with UK's Online Safety Act, a censorship law that vastly expands the state's oversight of online content under the guise of child protection and harm prevention. Rumble, which has consistently maintained that it is not within the scope of the legislation, told the regulator that the UK is not a target market, that the platform does not have a substantial user base in Britain. Yep. It's actually a pretty funny response.
That's funny.
Yeah, you guys aren't even our target market. We're just not going to even bother with this. Like, get out of here. I mean, actually, we got the email here. Let's take a look. Dear Redacted, thank you for your follow-up email. Rumble has not finally determined whether the Online Safety Act applies to us, but we are inclined at this point in time to think it does not. We do not have a significant number of online users in the UK, nor is the UK a target market for us. And while Rumble is capable of being accessed by UK users, we do not believe there is a material risk of significant harm to UK users of Rumble. As such, we do not believe that a call is necessary at this time. Despite this, Ofcom responded with veiled warnings. In one exchange, the agency stated that it would be monitoring Rumble's position carefully. Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
And that it may follow up if Rumble's stance is contradicted by future activity or incidents involving UK users. The implication was clear. Remaining outside the regulatory net may not be tolerated for long.
What is
Ofcom
Rumble?
also stated it would strongly encourage Rumble to take the...
That wasn't even on purpose, but it was very fitting. What is Rumble? Rumble is like just like another
the steps
platform
required by the Act to protect UK users of internet services from content that is illegal in the UK or potentially harmful to UK children. So that's like the TLDR. I'm not going to read the full email again this time, but if you'd like to, it's on screen. And I even removed myself so you can get a better look or screenshot it or whatever you'd like. And they continue with the summary saying, yet Rumble operates from within the US, where citizens actually have free speech rights under the First Amendment. Well, according to UK Prime Minister in the clip we watched yesterday, Starmer was very much claiming that the UK has free speech. He just didn't sound like he believes it all and sounded completely full of it.
Nope.
And the actions of their government also suggest otherwise. But according to him, oh yeah,
if your free speech is whatever the government feels like you have free speech, and they can enforce it whenever they want, they can enforce whatever they want. That's not free speech. That's not.
They totally do. And quick side note, by the way, shouts out to my UK viewers. You guys know I don't really have experience covering politics at all.
Yeah, UK thinks they have free. A lot of places think that. A lot of places do believe that they have free speech, but they actually don't, because again, the government can like get you for it, and then their idea of free speech is that the government wouldn't come after me for it. Like, oh, it's fine because the government wouldn't do that. That's not free speech. That's basically like you're at the mercy of what the government feels like doing.
Let alone UK politics, but I've gotten a lot of kind messages, kind comments from people in UK saying that they're enjoying my coverage on this stuff, and I, as mentioned, greatly appreciate it. So let's continue. Rumble operates from within the US, where citizens actually have free speech rights under the First Amendment, raising serious concerns about the extraterritorial application of UK law to platforms governed by different legal frameworks. Further emails show that Ofcom believes a supervisory relationship between the agency and online services is the most effective way to review and assess compliance. Again, suggesting that companies should voluntarily submit to oversight or risk the alternative, legal coercion. We retain the right to legally request information, the regulator warned. Reddit also appears to be in the crosshairs. In a separate line of correspondence, Ofcom indicated that it expects a supervision plan to be in place for the platform, which...
Holy fuck, dude, this is so dystopian, man. What
particular
the fuck?
emphasis on how Reddit handles so-called hate content, a term that remains dangerously elastic and open to political manipulation.
Yep.
This shows how regulators are leveraging ambiguous language and compliance pressure to steer speech policies on platforms.
You should never trust when the government, like, this is why, by the way, I talked about this before. This is why people, the best way to explain this is like using like the 2A movement, like pro gun stuff. This is why pro gun people don't want red flag laws. It's not because 2A people think that crazy people should have guns. It's that they don't trust the government to actually handle what that means. Because if it's like, oh, a person reports you for having a gun and then we take your guns away. It's like, oh, whoa, wait. But what if I'm not crazy? And they'll be like, oh yeah, well, we wouldn't use that against you. It's like, well, that's only if you feel like it, right? So you're basically saying, trust me, bro. Like the entire thing is trust us, bro. Like, yo, yeah, bro, trust me. Like I would never use my power to do that. And that's when you don't trust them, basically. That's when you say, you know what, fuck you. Write it in a way that it doesn't affect me. And it for sure won't affect me.
That are not even based in the UK. Ofcom's behavior shows a bureaucratic intent to expand its influence far beyond Britain's borders.
Yeah, the government would never do that. Yeah, fuck off.
Effectively demanding that foreign platforms enforce UK legal standards on content that may not be illegal elsewhere. And the last thing we're going to take a look at is this article from The Telegraph regarding Spotify, titled "Spotify Threatens to Delete Accounts That Fail Age Verification." We're just going to read like the first few paragraphs here because it summarizes enough of what's going on. But they say, Spotify has threatened to delete people's accounts if they fail new age verification checks. The music streaming app, which has nearly 700 million users, said it would remove accounts that fail age estimation checks within 90 days, as it seeks to block younger teenagers and children from accessing explicit music and videos. The age estimation check thing seems reminiscent to what we read earlier about YouTube age estimation stuff. And this quote saying, "You cannot use Spotify if you don't meet the minimum age requirements for the market you're in." A new page on Spotify's website reads, "If you cannot confirm you're old enough to use Spotify, your account will be deactivated and eventually deleted." On Wednesday, social media users began reporting a new pop-up appearing within the music streaming service, asking listeners to verify their age using Yoti. That uses service asking listeners to verify their age using Yoti, a smartphone app that uses face scanning technology to estimate a person's age. Those judged to appear underage will be asked.
Okay, dude, actually, I keep doing that on accident. That's actually not on purpose. That was actually not on purpose because my pause button is my space button. But then if I have the OBS windows like the current window, then it will it hides the thing instead.
To complete a further ID check, the accounts of users that fail to pass an ID check within 90 days will be deleted. Spotify said users who are asked to verify their age could decline to undertake the check, but they would be blocked from accessing adult videos. Spotify said some users will now have to confirm their age by going through an age assurance process. For example, when a user attempts to watch a music video that has been labeled over 18 by the rights holder for that video, Spotify may serve a prompt for that user to confirm the user's age. Yeah, what's next? They're going to say something like, hey guys, with the rise of AI across the internet, we need to assure that you're a real human and not a bot. So we need you to comply with our human assurance regulations.
Yep.
I'm sure you understand. It's for the greater good. It's a very easy process. Just submit your facial
why wouldn't
scan.
you want to do it? Why? Why wouldn't you want us to have that information? We would never do anything bad with that. What do you mean?
And a government issued ID, and we also need like a thumbprint scan from you
We would never do anything bad with your data. Why would it's for the greater good? You care about kids, right?
too. You know, all very reasonable stuff to protect everyone. Again, for the greater good. Who knows like what extreme they'll stop at. I don't trust any of these people, any of these governments and companies and all of them, you know. Dude, it's a freaking mess. Let me know what you guys think about this stuff in the comments. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed my coverage, and if you
Holy
did, please consider
crap.
liking and or subscribing.
Dude, you cannot hate the government enough.
I'm not a big fan of the government. 30 on 30.